Arturia Keystep, a classic keyboard used by Eminem, William Shakespeare, and myself. This one, no wires attached. Press the switch. Magic, baby! Today I'm going to show you how to make an Arturia Keystep be completely wireless for power and MIDI Bluetooth. If you'll take... All works, all nice and happy, turns on super fast, and syncs super fast. Let's check it out. First thing you're gonna need is a CME WIDI master. These things are dope. They can be used to transmit and receive MIDI signals via Bluetooth connected to your PC or Mac or whatever the hell. First thing you're going to want to do with your WIDI master is update the software and get it synced up to your computer, make sure everything's working well, make sure it works with the Keystep wirelessly, and get your ducks in a row before you start pulling shit apart. We are going to take the WIDI master and completely destroy it. Pull apart the casing, try not to damage the internal bits, and I'm going to disconnect the wires from the MIDI pins on the CME WIDI master, and I'm going to connect those wires to the same pins on the Arturia Keystep's MIDI out. It looks like this on the board for your soldering, and here's a circuit diagram showing we're just taking those cables, disconnecting them from the pins on the WIDI master and connecting them to the MIDI out pins. The MIDI out on the Arturia Keystep will power the WIDI master. Alright, now that we've hot glued our WIDI master inside the Keystep, it's time to move on to the battery. For the battery, I got these cheap as hell little battery packs from a stranger. There's a USB-A power out and a micro USB power in. What we're gonna do is tear that apart and we're gonna jam it up in the Keystep. You're gonna wanna make sure that you have room in your Keystep to fit the battery pack. I recommend something real small. My Keystep, as you can see, is just dented out as shit. I went at it with a hammer so there'd be more room for the battery. That's quality work. First, I tried hooking up the battery's USB power out to the 9-volt in barrel plug on the Keystep. That does not work, and not enough voltage makes it to the antenna. You have to connect that power to the micro USB in on the Keystep. That's a little more annoying. It's a little smaller on the circuit board for your soldering job, but I believe in you. You can do this. You want to be able to turn off the power out of your battery, so it's not always powering the Keystep and just drain it. So we have a switch in there. Take the positive voltage from your batteries out, wire it to a basic binary switch, and then wire that into the micro USB in of the keyboard. Once we got that sorted out, we need to deal with charging. How are we going to charge this battery? So to charge it, I got one of these USB-C breakout boards. I figured it would be cool to charge the device by USB-C because that's what all the ladies like. So take that USB-C breakout board, same thing as before. Take a USB cable that's been fully destroyed, positive to positive, ground to ground, and drill a hole in your Keystep for that USB-C port to stick out. I did a piss poor job, but I'm like half of a man inside. I used some hot glue to prop it up, and then I used epoxy to really harden that USB-C connector in there so it won't move. We have our power into the keyboard, we have our power out to the keyboard, we have our antenna installed. Nothing left to do but power it on and twinkle your toes freely. You can now play this keyboard meters away from your computer. It's a life-changing opportunity, and I couldn't recommend. CME did a poll on whether or not they should copy Behringer's Keystep ripoff, and not enough people said they would buy it. I think that was a bad decision. I think that loads of people would be interested in buying this. I especially would like one that I haven't had to hit with a hammer and solder a bunch of nonsense inside and bend out of shape. CME, that would have been sick. If you have any questions about this project, leave a comment below or message my account or whatever there is on YouTube, and I'm happy to help. And if you want to see more of my overflowing confidence and devilish charm, you can subscribe to this channel and you'll see more of this. Pow! First thing you're going to want to do is take out all the large black screws on the back. You don't need to take out the small ones, just the large black screws. What that gets you access to is the guts, the sweet guts, but shit. That's quality work.